Alright, we're back. This orc is attacking dwarf. Gets how many attacks? It gets 3 defense dice, but only gets it gets 3 attack dice. So let's see what happens. Oh, 2 hits. But dwarf has 3 defense. Come on, shields. Woo! Alright, he blocks. Blocks the 2 hits. Very good. Alright. So it blocks. He blocks it, but it goes running back to that square. And this one is going to attack the barbarian. But wait, it can't. Because it skipped its turn. Because of the wind spell. So much for that. And it goes... Let's see here. Okay, this one is going to attack the dwarf. Poor dwarf. Put this up a little bit here. Sorry. Give me some room to roll. Misses completely, so he doesn't have to do a defensive roll. Very good. Oh boy. Spellure. He does another spell. It's not looking good. The spell creates a room. It's a firestorm. This spell creates a room full of fire that inflicts 3 body points of damage on all heroes in the same room. And monsters, though. Ooh. And monsters in the same room with the spellcaster. The spellcaster is unaffected. All victims immediate roll 2 red dice for each 5 or 6 rolled. The damage is reduced by 1 body point, not used in corridors. Well, that could be good, because he's going to kill the monsters for us. So let's see what happens here. So let's see if the dwarf here... let's see. 2 red dice, okay. So on a 5 or 6, it reduces by 1. Come on. Ugh. He takes the full damage. So he takes 3 body point damage to the poor dwarf. Bringing him down to only 2 hit points left. He needs healing. Okay. There you go. Down to 2. Okay. Wow. But these suckers, they're gone. Because even if you reduce it by 1, they can only take 1 body point of damage. So done. Done. Let me get the fire. Let me get the fire out here for this special effect. Same with the skeletons. They only have, I believe. Let me see here. See, that's good. He uses. That's another spell he's used. That was on him. I'll just use 3. That's plenty. These are 3D. I got these on eBay, I believe. 3D printed out. So let's check the skeletons to make sure. Yeah, only 1 body point. So even if they made the roll, they're still dead. So all the monsters by 1 point. Let's see. Yeah. Done. Done. Thank you. That was a big help. Done. Done. And the whole room is clear. But my poor dwarf has got some bad burns. So let's see here. He did us a big favor. And barbarian. go on over here and get this action here. There we go. So this barbarian's turn. He brings his big sword down. He's got his attack is 3, I believe. 3 attack dice. Yep. He's going to bring it booming down on this creature. And let's see what he gets. Okay, 1. And it's got the defense dice. I think it's only got 2 defense dice. Yep. And it blocks. Oh, no. Well, that's tripping up the barbarian a bit. That's frustrating. So, it's back to the dwarf. What does the dwarf do? Take out the wizard? Or get out of there? He can't really get out of there because the door's blocked. The only thing he can do is get out and try to attack the orc, or try to attack the wizard. Yeah. So he is going to attack. He's going to attack the wizard. So he runs up right there, and he attacks. I'm not going to roll for movement, so it's only 2 spaces. It'd automatically be 2. So he takes a shot at Balor. Desperate. He focuses for the stomach. Okay, that's 1 possible hit. However, Balor, with his magic, has a defense dice of 5. Let's see what happens if he blocks with his fire vest protection. Ooh, that's real. Okay, well, I'll say that was mostly on that side. Okay, and he wasn't able to block, so the dwarf does some damage to his stomach, and he is down to 2. Okay. Let's re-roll that 1 dice that Balor had for defense, just to be safe, just to play more fair. Alright, because I can hear you guys being like, oh, you should re-roll that one. So I'm going to re-roll it. And he blocks with his fire. So he didn't lose 1 body point. Crappy. That would have been great. Anyway, I got to keep it fair a little bit. That was a little on the edge. So, man. Anyway, so let's go to the next one here. And now it is the elf's turn, but the elf can't really do anything. I mean, he can use another spell, I guess. Let's see, because the barbarian's in the way, and this dang thing isn't dead yet. So he used the genie already. Swift wind. Let's see. Twice, that's just about movement. He doesn't need a tempest. Small whirlwind. Envelops a... Oh, I think that's what I used the tempest, not the genie yet. So the genie, though, let's see if I can use the genie. Spell conjures a genie. Do one to open any door, or use within line. The wizard isn't in the line of sight yet, so that's a bummer. He can't really use that. He can do what else? He's got the healing. heal body on one hero. Pass through rock. Ooh. That's a good one. Pass through rock. He might use that, or he might use the healing spell. Let's see what happens here. Okay. So, I've come to a decision that the elf is going to use heal body. And he's going to use it on the dwarf. He's going to say the dwarf's name out loud, because it doesn't say anything about line of sight. And the dwarf gets 4 body points back. But that spell is done. So, the dwarf gets 4 plus 2 is 6. He's up to 6 hit points. Almost back up to full hit points. Okay. And his turn is over. It's the wizard's turn. What's the wizard gonna do next? Well, let me think about it. Oh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for the wizard's turn, what I'm going to do for the wizard's turn is he's going to play this card from his water element. The spell may be cast on any one hero, including yourself. On the hero's next move, he may move unseen through spaces that are occupied by monsters. He's going to cast it on the barbarian, so the barbarian can go right through the monster and go attack the wizard, hopefully. Alright. So that he's going to stay put, and the wizard casts another spell. Guess what? It's Tempest. Spell creates a small whirlwind that envelops one hero of your choice. That hero will then move his, will then miss his next turn. I'm going to say that it's the elf, because the elf is right in the middle there, not doing much. He can't move back or forward, and the dwarf just got his energy back, his hit points back, and he can do some damage possibly to the wizard. Okay, but that's another spell that he's used. So moving on. Again, awesome artwork on the card. I really like that. And then the monster attacks. I'm trying to remember the thing about its turn. Yeah, I think it's its turn. I think the skip turn thing was over, if I remember right. Because he did some damage to the barbarian. So the orc, again, it's got 3 attack dice because it's got this nasty battle axe or what have you. Okay. Dang, 2 hits. Alright. Barbarian with his helmet. There's 1 shield. Blocked 1. Blocked 2. Nice, he blocked both of the hits. Good job, Barbarian. Alright. Very good. Alright, now it's the dwarf's turn. Dwarf is going to hack into... He's frustrated at his last hit. Didn't go through. Almost went through. The short sword, again, he goes for the biggest body part, the stomach. Ooh, 1 hit. Alright, let's see. His defense is 5. I'm going to put this down right here. That way it's out of the way and you can see it. More room to roll. Yeah, he blocks it again with his magic. Frustrating. Okay. Moving on. Alright. The elf's turn. The elf gets skipped. Now, I screwed up. I looked at his card. I should have reviewed his card. I was kind of screwed up there. I picked from both elements of the pool. So I picked from the wind, and I picked from the earth. And it's a bummer. What I could do, I guess I could take back the heal body, you know, but, you know, looking at both of the other wind cards. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to use the other spells, so I'll just say, okay, I used it. That's my mistake. So he's got 1 spell left, regardless, and he'll have to use the wind. Okay, because that's what we started off with. Alright, so he gets skipped because the elemental force. It's the wizard's turn again. Alright, wizard, can he do anything? Courage. Ooh. He's gonna do courage. The spell may be cast on 1 hero, including yourself. The next time the hero attacks, he may roll 2 extra combat dice. The spell is broken the moment the hero can no longer see a monster. So he's going to cast it on the dwarf against the wizard. Okay, and his turn's over. Alright, the orc attacks again. If it's 3 dice. One hit. Alright. The barbarian defends. And defends. He dodges right out of the way with that one. Oops. Very good. Bobbing and weaving. Alright, now, whose turn is it next? Ball of flame. So the wizard goes to the corner, literally cornering himself, and ball of flame. This spell can be cast on any 1 hero. It will inflict 2 body points of damage. The hero immediately rolls 2 red dice for each 5 or 6 rolled. The damage is reduced by 1 point. So he's in the room with them, so he's going to cast it on the dwarf. And the dwarf, come on, roll a 5 or 6, buddy. No. Whew. He takes the full damage, which puts him back down to 4 hit points. But his combat has improved because of the wizard spell. And the wizard is out of another spell slot. Oh, barbarian's turn. Barbarian is getting sick of this. Getting really sick of this orc. So, hey, let's do an immersion roll. He says, "Enough of this! You die now!" And he swings. It was an emotional swing. No hit. So the orc doesn't have to defend. It's a dwarf's turn. The dwarf moves in on... I'm not going to roll for movement because it's just 2. Rolls in. 1, 2. And again, he's got 2 extra combat dice. And he says, I've had enough of your flame magic. Woo! 3 hits. 3 hits. That could be enough. That could be enough. Let's see. 5. 5 defense. His magic fire vest. Let's see what happens. And he's dead. He doesn't block it at all. The dwarf, with the spell of the magic spell that the wizard gave him, there's no shields. He has, it's 3 hits. That's the body point limit of, yeah. I'm looking at this. Yep. Of the wizard. And let's do an immersion roll, or I can do what? I can do one better. Let's see. Got my Onan cards. I use my friend's Onan cards. And for dialogue. Dialogue is good night. And he says, damn you adventures. Just goodbye. You're just terrible. Just this world, I wanted to make it go away in flames. Now I'm dying in flames. Good night. In his body, I'll just say it poofs up. His magic consumes him after he gets stricken down or struck down. Very good. And that is that. Well, not so fast. We still got the orc. The orc moved backwards, jumping back over the pit again. Huh? Huh? Can't get me here. Can't get me here. And whose turn is it? The elf. But the elf can't do anything except cast a spell. And he's only got 1 spell left. And it's a wind spell. Well, I think he's going to let it go. Because he's got to... yeah, he wants to save the genie spell for the last thing there. And here we go. Moving on to the next. The wizard. Will the wizard do anything? Wizard is going to wait. He doesn't want to waste a spell on this thing. I'd rather not waste a spell. And, okay, the orc jumps over the, here, I'll move this out of the way so you can see what's going on. And attacks the barbarian. It's an all or nothing lunge over the pit. He extends forward his... well, he brings the battle axe down towards the barbarian's head. Comes down with an attack, and the barbarian blocks it because he saw it coming. He blocks it with his sword, and the barbarian strikes. It's his turn. So continuing this, he spins around, seeing that the orc's head is now vulnerable in the split-second crackerjack timing. He's got one. He's got this one chance to like kill this thing really good, and it blocks. Boy, this thing is just really, this orc is really hanging in there. It blocks its neck, it defends its neck, and it's back on with these two. Alright, the dwarf. I'll make a movement roll. Oh, only 4. But it's enough. 1, 2, 3, and he takes a swipe at him. And again, only 2 combat dice. Let's see what happens. 1 hit, and he goes in. Short sword for the rib cage. And let's see. It defends. It's ribs. It's an agile orc. Holy moly. Something else here. Again, the elf has got nothing. It can't do anything. Wizard's not gonna do anything. Gonna let them do the thing. So the orc snarls and brings its battle axe up with a swing from below. 2 hits. Can the barbarian defend it? Even with his helmet? He does. What a fight this is. What a fight. Desperation. The orc is so desperate to get out of there and at least survive. Let's see what happens next. It runs. It runs past the dwarf. Well, I don't think it can. I don't think it can. So I'm gonna say it's going to fight the dwarf. I actually didn't. Shoot, I kind of forgot. It can fight and move, so it can't do that. So I'm just gonna say it can't get past the dwarf. So I got behind on moving my dwarf on the computer. I'm just going to say it stays there. Or it can jump back. Or something to that effect. I have it stay there just to keep things simple. The next move is the barbarian. Barbarian attacks. 2 hits. Okay. It defends. It only has 2 dice to defend, so I might have screwed that up. It defends! Wow! Holy smokes. It's the dwarf's turn. The dwarf takes a shot at it. Enough of you! Okay. 1 hit. Well, I think he gets a combat dice because the card, he still gets 2 extra. Because the spell can be cast 2 extra combat dice. It's broken the moment you can't see a monster. He took him out. And then he turned around, there's a monster. So I'm going to give him 2 extra. It's 2 hits. And the defense dice is, it's only 2. That takes him out. He blocks one, but he doesn't see the other short sword take a shot in its throat. And the barbarian looks down at the orc, then he looks at the dwarf, and looks down back at the orc, and shakes his head in disbelief, and sheathes his sword. Well done, little one. Well done. And that's the end of that little scenario. Now, it's not over yet. There's still another room. There's actually a door in this room. There's a door right here. Actually, I should have put that in there. So, I can't believe that was something else. I thought we were going to die. So, let's see what happens in the next video. And in the next room. And I'm going to bring the guys in, and they're going to check for, well, I don't know about secret doors. We'll just keep going. I want to make sure we're, I don't want to take on any femurs yet, wandering monsters. So we'll keep continuing to check for traps and whatnot. See you in the next video. Keep solo questing.